So, Steph, can you just briefly introduce yourself and explain your business? So, what type of work you do, what trade, and the team setup as well.
Yep. Well, I'm Steph, and managing director of Roof Bay of Islands, and we are a roofing business. Going here in the Bay of Islands now about 8 years. Born from a couple of trades. My business partner is a builder, and we were presented an opportunity to partner up and sort of I suppose do something we were both passionate about, just sort of the industry really, and join heads and build a team. So at that point it was two of us and two workers. We're now a team of 15 plus actually.
Yep.
So definitely growing, and we work all over the north. We've done some pretty exciting projects all around the north, and we sort of moved ourselves into an area of the trade where people come to us to get to do.
So that's what I'd love to hear. Just sort of briefly, Steph, what sort of work you focus on, because it's interesting type work.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we focus on the bespoke, sort of that niche market. It's like in any area, your resis and that are a whole lot of people beating themselves up. It's what I see in my eyes anyway. And so we positioned ourselves into areas where we were good at. No one else wanted to attack because they didn't have the experience.
Yep.
And so we sort of built ourselves into those places, and sort of it took a while, but we got a bit of cred in it, and it's definitely boosted the business by pushing ourselves in those directions.
Yeah. So, mate, let's sort of wind the clock back, because we've been working together for a couple of years at least now. What was life like before you joined the $1 Million Tradie program, and what were you looking to improve?
Oh, it was hell. Seriously, we got ourselves into a position where we needed mentoring, we needed help. That pushing it into that. What for me running the show up here was getting a direction, and mentoring like what you do, but it also the networking that PT gave us. You could bounce it off people, which is fantastic, because I suppose in your own market and within your own competitors, you can't do that. So
yeah. And what were some of the sort of specific challenges? Like you said, it was hell, and I know it was. Well, let's say there weren't a lot of systems in place, and you were carrying a pretty heavy load. So what did it actually look like and feel like for you?
Yeah, well, it was Steph for the whole lot of these hats, but just different players, different franchises all over. So I was the whole bloody Super Rugby. And what you guys did was sort of broke it down and showed me that this is where to start to get the help, and we needed to start getting the systems into place. And I think the biggest thing for me was getting ops manager in, and that just took all that load and moved it over there into that office. And between us, we sort of got all the systems in place, and worked away to. And I mean, big kudos to you fellas for kicking us into gear in lockdown. That was massive for this business. We built all the systems we have now in lockdown, and we wouldn't have got them done outside of lockdown. I'll tell you that.
Isn't that interesting that really tough situation actually turning it to our advantage and using it to actually do the stuff that perhaps we felt we were too busy to do at other times?
Yeah, right. Yes. Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. And we hit the ground running when we were allowed back at work. We were months ahead of all our clients, all our builders, and we had to stall and wait for them to catch up again. Yeah. But we had everything in place, and boom, we were away. It was awesome.
Yeah. So let's talk about changes. So what have been the biggest changes that you've made?
The biggest changes that we've made, we have moved from my office at home. We now have a big premise in the middle of town. with big floors, which we're now building cabins on one side, and we got folders, flashing folders in that as well. So yes, got the business out of home was another big thing.
Yep.
Definitely, I go home to home now.
What did you do in terms of the system? So I know you've like put some technology in place.
Yes.
Got systems and processes. So what are some of the things that you did there?
So in regards to the systems, we already had a management system where well, I didn't realize it was called a management system, but we had one. And then the brilliant thing called Trello, which I picked up from boot camp, is huge in our business. And so we moved everything into Trello. All the guys got into Trello, and we run all our schedules and jobs out of that. We don't, as I know the plumbers and that have your Fergusons and what have you, all those things, but roofing is a little bit different in how we operate. And so we sort of tailor-made Trello to take those bits. And the guys just think it's fantastic. We put all our information onto there, and they put all the photos every day onto it, so we can see. It's been great.
Yeah. And let's talk about the financial side of things. So what have been the changes you've made in terms of, you know, how you manage your numbers, your pricing, looking at margins, cash flow, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, instantly. And it was pretty much instantly. We worked out our margins were too low. And since our inception, I have doubled the margins. And that's been huge for us to be able to grow as a business. Just the cash flow, which is, you know, not always great, but we're still working at that. But it's, you know, this helped immensely. Yeah,
for sure. Okay. And on the team side of things, so obviously your business has grown a fair bit, and you've talked about putting your operations manager in place. So what have you learned? What changes have you made in terms of how you go about the team and hiring them and you know, getting them on track and making them, you know, like the culture and the productivity?
Yeah, good. So obviously the first stage was ops manager. So now my ops manager does the reviews. So we did 3 monthly reviews to get the ball rolling. We're out 6 monthly, but with the reviews, it's huge in getting that communication on both sides on an even level. So we sit down at the table. They tell us what they would like, what their problems are. And we sit down and say the same thing. But that's been massive in regards to building the team. We can sit there and pat them on the back, and you know, and in regards to the other sense of it, it's also helped us to those that haven't performed. We've been able to sit there and go look through the reviews. You haven't done what we've asked, and gone about things that way. So,
killer, man. So good. I know you guys put a lot of work in there because it was difficult at the start, but that culture's really blossomed, which I think is you know, massive credit to you guys.
Yeah, the culture. You just getting things out and started doing the team building stuff, which is awesome. Now our trainings and that are we've invested a heck of a lot into training and that sort of stuff now.
Massive. So let's talk about results. So Steph, for you, what are the results of these changes? What have they been for you personally, for your business, and for your families and stuff as well?
I think in generally the results are now we're starting to build a machine that we can see operates easily rather than not operating, I suppose, as it was before. It was just day by day, and now we've got the sort of wheels in motion to you know, it's sort of it's self-operating for me at the moment. You know, I can jump away from here and know that it will still function in reasonably well. We still have a couple of holes to fill.
For sure. It's never finished, mate. Like, there's always more to do, 100%. And there's always bottlenecks to improve.
And that's where the fishing comes in.
That's like downtime planning time, mate. Like,
that's right, yes. Yep.
Keep you fresh.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we could talk about fishing stories all day. That'd be fun. Way more fun. What I'd love to know, Steph, for you though, what have been the big mindset shifts that you've had to make?
Oh, mindset, yes. Mindset, but the big one for me was trying to be the cheapest. And well, yeah, trying to get the work. And for me, once I had a look at margins and that, and then started to move them in a direction, and then trust what we had within the business, and then had a look at what skills we had, and then sort of took us, started to push those to achieve the higher margins, and say, look, this is what we are. We are damn good at this. This is what our prices are. So that was a massive mindset change for me, and I think that was some, big part of where we are now.
Yeah, I think you've really started to value what you do.
You do, yes, yep.
Which is huge.
And we're still doing that today. I mean, there's jobs today where we're getting beaten by big margins, but I know at the end of the day, those that are getting them aren't making anything. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So another question I've got around sort of mindset for you is, I know when we sort of started working together, that your margins were, they're pretty skinny.
Yes.
But your overheads were very, very skinny as well. You were trying to run everything on the smell of an oily rag, really.
Yes.
And I know that you've actually gone and actually invested some money into the overheads in the business, like getting an ops manager, and you've actually increased the costs.
Yes.
Yeah. So how did you push through that? Because that can be a bit of a catch point, right?
Yes. Yep.
And I guess how have you seen that pay off?
Yeah. Well, there's another mindset change in mind. I'm always thought that to keep overheads down for some reason, but it wasn't until obviously being pointed out sort of percentages where you should be. Then we had a look at what we were, and we were definitely underdoing ourselves in regards to overheads. So ops manager, I've now got an accounts manager, and we've got an admin manager. And so we're starting to get the right sort of people in to get that sort of thing happening.
Yeah, because I guess the thing is, if you have no overheads, you'll have no time.
No,
and the business can't really grow as well.
But it's been great to be able to go and diversify it, so that's that person's focus, that's that person's focus, that's that person's focus. So
yeah,
they're not all over the place like I was.
Yeah, killer. And hats off to you, man, because that's actually quite a thing people find difficult to get through, but it's absolutely critical to success. Obviously, we don't want to spend money on overheads just for the sake of it. We want to make sure that they work, but that's awesome. I've got one last question for you. What do you have any advice for someone else who owns a business, who's stuck with their business and really wants to grow it and improve it?
My advice would definitely be to get some mentoring, as you guys have provided. It's really hard because you don't, like I say, you can't sit there and you don't actually have a gauge anywhere. It's not until you jump into something like this and start networking and be showing figures, and how and where, how it affects, and that sort of thing, which no one had ever shown me anything like that before. So we were just daily doing it, and then go at the end of the year, oh, okay, that wasn't quite good, so we'll do another year and try something else. But by being shown the actual processes and figures, it just gives you that confidence to know that you're doing the stuff right.
Yeah, killer. Totally I agree on that. It's an easy way and a hard way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Well, congratulations to you, mate. Like, I know you've put some really hard yards in. All hasn't been plain sailing. There's always some ups and downs.
Definitely. Yep.
You've pushed through, and you've got some pretty cool results. And I think the best is yet to come as well.
It is, yeah. We've got some exciting stuff happening in our near future. So, yeah, we're set to push to the next level and see how that goes. But we've been given the platform and the base by you guys, so we thank you very much,
mate. It's been awesome fun seeing you guys grow. Gives us a lot of pleasure, actually.
Excellent.
Sweet, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. So whereabouts do you live?
In Kerikeri.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, love getting up there. Such a good spot.
It is.
So I had some clients up there a couple of years ago, took me fishing.
Oh, yes.
So look out next time I'm up there, man.
Yeah. No, always keen to take people fishing. Always.
That's such good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. I really appreciate your time, and look, good luck. Just don't be a stranger, man. Love to hear. Check in occasionally, just see how you guys are going. We get
No,
a
we
lot of
definitely will do, and we'll keep us informed of how progress is going.
pleasure from our
Cool.
end. So good stuff, man. All right, we'll take good care.
Right, thanks, Steve.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Cheers, man. Bye.